great, everybody. Welcome to the Duet Enterprise Feature Pack 1 webinar, a first in a series of webinars through the SAP-MICROSOFT Unite Partner Connection. My name is Michael Smith. I'm part of the worldwide SAP Alliance team here at Microsoft, as well as a SAP-MICROSOFT Unite Partner Connection Partner Manager, working with folks like yourselves to drive value around the Unite Partner Connection. So with that, let's kind of jump right into the agenda here, since I know we're starting a bit late, and talk a bit about what we're going to be discussing over the next 50 or 60 minutes. First of all, the positioning of Duet Enterprise, some Duet Enterprise Feature Pack 1 updates around the roadmap and new features and the highlights that come with the Duet Enterprise product. And finally, we'll have an example of Duet Enterprise composite applications, which will be presented by one of our partners, driving some immense value around Duet Enterprise itself, and that's Cordis Solutions, a true ISV, and only reason for being is Duet Enterprise. So looking forward to hearing some great solutions from those folks. Before we jump into the Duet Enterprise updates and looking at the solutions, I really want to once again welcome everybody and give a quick overview of the SAP-MICROSOFT Unite Partner Connection program. And also to make sure that everyone knows the alias for any questions around this session today or anything else they'd like to reach out about in the future. And that's the Unite PMO at Microsoft.com. So why the SAP-Microsoft Unite Partner Connection? And I think that's fairly simple, folks. I know everyone on the phone is part of Unite, and it really stems from the fact that Microsoft and SAP have had an alliance and a go-to-market in place for over 18 years. Co-innovating, cooperating, and working together to drive value for our customers through the partner ecosystem. We have a large range of integrated solutions. We share many of the largest accounts in the world, and in fact, we share top 100% of all global system integrators across the earth. So when we look at that from that standpoint, we can really put a message together and a value proposition that helps drive accelerated value, lowering the TCO of SAP implementations, and sustainable growth through our partners, and doing that in a programmatic fashion. You know, I'll say for the last 4 years I've been at Microsoft, we've been doing this work outside of the scope of a formal program, and we've been very successful. But working through the Unite Partner Connection, we can drive the readiness and needs to make this even more successful for our customers, and making you have better education, experience, and readiness to help deliver these solutions. So just a quick slide over what this program is all about for everybody on the phone. We are looking at really solving challenges across our customers in the enterprise through collaboration, expertise, accountability, and long-term value. And we're doing that through a programmatic effort with a true dedicated program office, specialized training for the offerings around the Unite Partner Connection, direct exposure to developers, and previews of product roadmaps that are not seen by other partners in the ecosystem as early as you all have access. The benefits to yourself, obviously, I think cost reduction to our customers through your solutions, business agility, productivity gains, and furthermore, reduced risk on your end, being able to drive this value and know that you have access to the latest information and training through the Unite Partner Connection. So we look forward to working with you further and expanding your footprint and helping grow the Unite Partner Connection in your enterprise around a platform for SAP, as well as around Duet Enterprise and composite applications for the SAP environment. And once again, thank you to our Unite Partner Connection folks, our pilot partners that are on the call today, as well as people that will be joining the Unite Partner Connection as we move forward. So thanks once again, and I think we have some great value to deliver in a systematic fashion to our partners. With that, let's kind of get away from the intro detail here, and let's jump into the meat of our presentation today. Presentation is around Duet Enterprise, and once again, I mentioned my name is Michael Smith. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions around this material or any, as I am our worldwide Duet Enterprise lead from the SAP Alliance team here at Microsoft. My information for connecting with me is smith.mike@microsoft.com. So, why Duet Enterprise, and why is this a major pillar of the Unite Partner Connection? I think it's key to look at this in terms of what customers are looking for in the market today. Customers are truly looking for a cohesive workplace for people to come in and do their work. When we look at the user experience that SAP provides today to its end users, it's somewhat fragmented, non-intuitive, and can be somewhat complex to the average casual user that just wants to get access to the data and process that resides in the SAP system. So what customers are looking for is something similar to what you see here on the screen. Really the ability to come in and combine multiple work streams of data and business process, and in fact multiple systems into a congruent experience that they know that they come to do their job. Not multiple places, not multiple UIs, but a simple workplace to come in and be productive. In this simple example here, we've put together multiple areas of SAP, from ECC, SRM, SAP BW, and also an enterprise asset reporting, enterprise asset management scenario, leveraging reporting capabilities through Maximo, all in one dashboard. We have the ability to, first of all, work through backbone search and be able to search data and master data in the SAP repository from SharePoint. We have the ability to juxtapose data next to itself from a real-time productive environment to the data coming from the data repository or the business warehouse on the back end, where people can see the deviations and make business decisions directly from this dashboard. And most exciting, really crafting what customers are looking for is bringing the value of SAP and Microsoft together, but not just putting a new face on the SAP application or recreating the experience in the Microsoft world, but truly improving the business process and how it works. In this example here, we've combined SAP workflow approval steps with not just the ability to approve or reject that from the Microsoft space, but also giving the customer the ability to expand and get access to the data they need to make the decision directly from this one spot by clicking on a single button. Once they have all the information to make the decision, let's take it a step further. Sometimes the raw data isn't everything you need to make the correct and simple decision in an organization. We've also integrated with Microsoft The Link, an Office communication server in this example, to allow real-time collaboration directly with the person requesting this workflow in the SAP system. So think about the power of that. I can approve an SAP workflow item, get access to the data that I need to be successful in making that decision, and also have real-time collaboration with the person that is requesting this workflow from SAP, truly improving the business process and wrapping additional value around that. And that's what Duet Enterprise is all about, and that's what bringing Microsoft in front of SAP can help drive in an organization. So the question is, how do we get there? And I think it's really important to start off. We get there through Duet when we look at a transactional integration platform for Microsoft and SAP. But I want to make sure we're all comfortable with what Duet Enterprise is all about. I'm sure we all know the difference. They don't quite take this. But the fact is, they're both fruit. And that's how I want you to think about the Duet family of products. Duet is a brand. The original Duet product was all about prepackaged scenarios, and our first stab at a joint product with SAP to help drive data and process to Microsoft Office from SAP. Duet Enterprise, on the other hand, is a completely rethought, redeveloped solution built on Microsoft SharePoint, leveraging SAP data and business process across the board to drive value for our customers. It's truly a foundation of integration with SAP. Not just 10 things you can do out of the box, but a true platform to develop on, reduce risk, and allow rapid time to development and increase total cost of ownership for our customers alike and ourselves. So once again, the vision for Duet, as we kind of build out this slide, is stepping from the original Duet product, which was all about prepackaged business scenarios and leveraging Microsoft Office, to truly an unlimited platform for development of applications to integrate Microsoft and SAP together. It's about a foundation and set of tools to develop solutions and allow us fast time to market and to rapidly be able to address business needs for our customers in the marketplace. So, Duet Enterprise is about packaged interoperability between SAP and SharePoint. It's about a simple architectural approach. In fact, folks, as we'll see and talk about here over the next few minutes, Duet Enterprise is built on common stacks of technology that Microsoft and SAP deliver today. Because of that, we're about 80% of the way there to a handshake between our technology stacks through that 18 years of partnering and alliance work together. And what Duet Enterprise does is fills that gap for the other 20% to bring our stacks in alignment and allow fast and simple development between them. Very powerful, simple in the architectural approach, and allows rapid development. The value here, as we all know, in the whole Duet message, when we talk about the family of Duet products, is about improving employee productivity, innovating the business process, and improving overall business efficiency. And finally, expanding the value of existing investments. If your customers are running SAP on the back end and they're running Microsoft on the front end, Duet Enterprise needs to be part of every one of these discussions because it helps leverage those stacks of technology to their fullest and bring critical business decision data and process to the masses in the organization. So once again, we talk about Duet Enterprise. It's about bringing together an interoperability platform. It's about bringing together out-of-the-box functionality that comes in the term of templates, as well as overall functionality for a composite application strategy for our customers. Duet at the platform layer, I think, is key to investigate. Why Duet Enterprise? Well, I want to take us through a quick expose, compose, consume example here on the screen. Exposing data from SAP is the first piece, whether that's through an RFC copy call, a web service, the enterprise services repository, or through pure API. There's many ways to expose the data from SAP. The layer where it becomes difficult to look at a solution for a customer is really this composition layer. Do I use SAP Gateway itself? Do I use SAP PI, BizTalk Server, Windows Communication Foundation adapters? Or do I use third-party solutions and bring them into the mix here, such as Nintex or K2 or Citrion? Too much time can be spent in the composition layer when we're trying to think about how to accomplish the integration versus solving the business problem for our customers. What Duet Enterprise provides, once again, for transactional-based integration with SAP, is a platform to develop on top of to really take the how out of the mix and focus on the what you're trying to solve for the customer, bringing true business value around the process versus just technology and implementation value. So we expose from SAP through multiple methods, leveraging SAP Gateway under the covers and the architecture. On top of SAP Gateway, we have the Duet Enterprise components, which are built specifically for rapid time to value and exposure of data and process to the Microsoft stack of technology. This is a set of wizards, tools, and technology to make integration with Microsoft the easiest way possible, leveraging all the core components of Gateway underneath. Very powerful. And then finally, once we deploy or get access to this data through Duet Enterprise, we can now expose that into the Microsoft world where we can build SharePoint forms. Okay, whoever's clicking on the slide. We can build SharePoint forms, InfoPath forms, Excel services, Visio services, rich Silverlight applications, HTML5 applications as an example, on top of this data. It simply becomes Microsoft data in the form of an external content type in SharePoint, which also means we can share that data with clients like Microsoft Office, Windows Phone 7, and custom partner-developed business packages, which is key when we talk about Duet Enterprise. A common way to expose, compose, and take that data and make it easily consumable by the full Microsoft stack of technology. So with that interoperability layer, we get multiple things. And this is just a quick overview of what comes out of the box in that integration space. Administration and supportability, security and single sign-on, landscape lifecycle and system management, as well as out-of-the-box templates and data building blocks from SAP already exposed. Data types like customer data, product data as an example, exposed out of the box through Duet, making it easy to build solutions on top of that in the Microsoft space. Furthermore, having templates or SharePoint user experiences already created to surface that data increasing the time to value even further. Things like offline support and supportability and administration being built directly into the product. This is the value that Duet Enterprise brings to the table in a simple architectural approach and a product that's designed jointly by Microsoft and SAP and supported by both sides of the integrated scenario stack. One more look at the platform before we step forward through the rest of the slides here. I want to once again show you the rationalized, scalable architecture that Duet brings to the table. We're talking about leveraging standard sets of technology for all the core components and adding the special sauce that allows simplified integration between Microsoft and SAP. So we have SAP on the back end. And to be quite fair, any version of SAP. I believe the last supported version currently is 4.16. So we can have a heterogeneous SAP landscape on the back end and still leverage Duet Enterprise. The reason we're able to do that is because of how Duet Enterprise is structured. We can expose from any SAP version. We compose through SAP NetWeaver ABAP and the Duet Enterprise add-on with Gateway under the covers. We then continue the exposure and composition of that data into the SharePoint space, where we now turn that into a BCS object or a BCS model, Business Connectivity Services in the SharePoint world. The Duet Enterprise add-on allows us to be very simple, and in fact allows a wizard-based experience to kick that data assembly into the BCS space from SAP and drive rapid time to value around development. Once we have the data and process available in SharePoint and through BCS, we now have it easily consumable by the full Microsoft stack of technology, from Office 2010, Windows Phone, to Silverlight applications, you name it. The full Microsoft stack is now addressable through this BCS entity that's been created on the SAP side. Stepping from the platform now and taking a quick look at the ready-to-use capabilities that come with Duet Enterprise. I know that many of you are comfortable with what comes with Duet. If you're looking for additional information, I'll be happy to share with you a presentation with screenshots that outlines each of these capabilities in more detail, as well as offer up a live demo to take you through and show you what these out-of-the-box templates look like. Please know that these templates are all about expansibility or customizability for the enterprise. They come out of the box to give you core business functionality, but these can be combined to create a true business solution or leveraged as a baseline to create a full solution across a horizontal stack or solution that you're looking at. These are templates like enterprise collaboration, very easy and quick way to collaborate and pivot around SAP data and process in the SharePoint world. Contextual workflow, being able to take SAP workflow, as we saw in the initial example, and expose that to the Microsoft world, where a true decision point can be developed, allowing not just access to the approve or reject step, but the data and collaborative means necessary to make a great decision for the organization. Do an enterprise profile. This is the ability to take SAP data and very quickly add that into the SharePoint my site where the people can have their data housed. So it's not just SharePoint and Active Directory data presented there, but also data coming from SAP. Very powerful. Do an enterprise sites, a very quick and easy way to take data from SAP and compile that into a list inside of Duet Enterprise and deliver that through SharePoint. And finally, Duet Enterprise reporting. This takes advantage of the report templates that are already created inside of the SAP ECC system, as well as an SAP BW. Be able to take these report templates, make them easily accessible by end users in SharePoint, and allow the reports to be delivered to SharePoint, giving you another array of locking down data and driving additional value and safety of data in the organization. Pushing the reporting needs out to the end users and allowing them to manage their own reporting needs is very powerful and can remove a lot of bottlenecks in IT managed reporting. Duet Enterprise also brings that to you out of the box. Beyond that, I want to give you a taste of the roadmap and where we're going tomorrow. That's an example of where we're at today. Think of a platform to build solutions, out-of-the-box templates to drive specific business value that are completely customizable. And then we facilitating the creation of content on top of the Duet Enterprise platform. It's about bringing additional wizards, SharePoint templates, and exposing additional SAP data through the Duet Enterprise stack and taking advantage of the next generation functionality that Gateway 2.0 brings to the table. The focus on this feature pack is about accelerated and simplified development throughout the process, leveraging building blocks around things like time and leave management for the cross-application timesheet or CAT in SAP. Things like exposing CRM data for sales operations, allowing folks to manage their contacts through Microsoft Outlook as well as SharePoint in a one-stop shop, coming out of the box with Feature Pack 1 for Duet Enterprise. Additional functionality coming through the pipe down the road when we look at Duet into the future is about taking advantage of the next releases of SharePoint Server, Wave 15, and Office 15, as well as the next releases of SAP NetWeaver and Gateway. Since we're built on these common stacks of technology, as they advance, the functionality of Duet Enterprise advances as well. The focus as we move forward with Duet Enterprise is about supporting additional mobile and cloud-based scenarios, as we all know that those are strategic for our organizations jointly, and development productivity enhancements, bringing additional tools to simplify the process even further, driving value for our customers, as well as for you as partners, developing solutions and accelerators on top of this platform. Duet has a great roadmap forward and a lot of value it's bringing to our customers. You'll see additional functionality as it's built out over the coming months and years. I mentioned this whole idea of feature packs, and once again, just to hit home with that, feature packs will be how Duet Enterprise is advanced into the future throughout the roadmap. It's about tools, utilities, and the exposure of additional data elements, as well as creation of UI templates in the SharePoint and Microsoft Office world with one thing in mind: simplifying the development process to bring SAP data and process into the Microsoft world. A great example of this is the wizards that have been created for Feature Pack 1. If any of you were at SAP Tech Ed last year and this year, you can see those in stark contrast to one another. The original Duet product brought a lot of value in itself around simplifying the development process and rapidly creating applications, exposing data from SAP, and consuming that in the Microsoft world. In fact, the demo at last year's Tech Ed event took around an hour to be able to complete the creation of an integrated application showing data in Microsoft through the SAP landscape in a very methodical classroom-type environment, step by step. This year at Tech Ed, the exact same demonstration was done on stage by the solution owners from SAP, and it took 15 minutes to expose that data, consume that into the Microsoft world, and have a working end-to-end read and write-based application. Very powerful, and I think a testament of where we're at today with expanding on the development capabilities between Microsoft and SAP with Duet Enterprise and the development of Wizards. So with that, folks, keep these feature packs in mind as we build out solutions over time. This will be the way that we add more value around Duet Enterprise, as well as by expanding the feature sets that come in the core products of SharePoint, as well as SAP NetWeaver and Gateway. I have a few more slides in here that I've already touched on, but I want to just kind of quickly cycle through them, showing you what comes with Feature Pack 1 in more detail. Things like calendaring templates, being able to synchronize the calendar data from SAP with the Microsoft world. Point and click on the calendar to report time back to CAS. The business data connectivity, or BCS models, are already created for these types of integrated scenarios with Feature Pack 1. Cross-application timesheet integration, again, really allowing time management, not just in SharePoint, but also in Microsoft Office through Outlook. CRM integration, offline CRM accounts and contacts, full CRUD capabilities, creating, reading, updating, and deleting contacts in SAP from the Microsoft space via the data objects that have been released from SAP and built already for Duet Enterprise. These are the types of things in Feature Pack 1 and the types of things that you can look forward to in the future as we really look at a full composite application strategy, bringing Microsoft and SAP together. So with that, let me take just a couple more minutes before before I hand off to our friends at Cordis to talk about composite applications and the strategy that comes with Duet Enterprise. Folks, as you can read into this, the overarching value proposition here is about creation of solutions on a common architecture, giving you the building blocks to make that very quick and to realize quick time to value for customers that purchase Duet Enterprise early. But I want you to think about this as an immense value proposition from the partner ecosystem as well, to build enterprise-ready, extensible, and customizable solutions for your customers, as well as repeatable differentiating accelerators for you in the partner ecosystem. The partner opportunity around Duet Enterprise is broad and immense. It's about driving improved customer satisfaction, achieving greater business success for you and your customers, and accelerating your revenue growth and profitability. These are new avenues and new ways to build sustainable and reusable applications on a common architecture that bring Microsoft and SAP together. And when we look across the opportunity, it's really twofold for the partner ecosystem. To put it in simple terms, let's look at it as SI and ISV, and I'll call it additional value add for your existing offerings around SAP and Microsoft as well. From the implementation side, about implementing the platform of Duet Enterprise, to the development side of you creating full end-to-end business solutions rapidly for your customers on a common architecture to drive value in their industry or in a horizontal solution. These are really the two opportunities that are out there for you as a partner today. I'd like to break that down a step further and look at it in terms of consulting services and business packs. On the consulting services side, this goes across the board for your strategy, delivery, operations, and support consulting divisions in your organization. Being able to help customers with portal strategy, user experience strategy for Microsoft and SAP, a quick and simple way to innovate the business process and drive business value quickly to the end users. Delivering solution design, process consulting, and change management by delivering simplified solutions and integrating multiple clicks, screens into single experience for your customer, driving immense business value. Operations and support, TCO analysis, supporting as we move forward with any applications that are built, technology, hosting, as well as business process support. The full array of consulting services comes to bear here, and leveraging the capabilities you have in-house today to help customers move the business forward. And finally, the business pack piece here. When we talk about composite applications, this, I believe, is key for you as a partner to differentiate yourself in the industry, to build solutions in an industry-specific fashion based on where your expertise lies. Creating industry-specific composite solutions that you can resell, almost like an ISV. Or create an acceleration template that has 60% of the solution already there to make that the deciding factor for the business to come in your direction. A customer wants this to happen. They want Microsoft in front of SAP. And what better than to come there with an 80% solution out of the box that you can quickly deploy, and then a short development cycle to create and customize that solution for the rest of what the customer needs in that specific business silo. Then, of course, the opportunity from there on out to begin enhancing and building out the rest of their business processes. That's the value when we look at business packages. Industry solutions for your specific expertise as a partner, acceleration templates built on these solutions to go in and be able to pitch and differentiate yourself from the partner marketplace. And also, the last one is the information worker and looking at horizontal solutions. The biggest question I get from customers today is I have a very high-touch part of SAP that I want to simplify and make easier for my end users, and that's the HR or HCM space. Around things like employee self-service and manager self-service. They ask me all the time, Mike, how does Microsoft do it internally? And I tell them that everything we do is built in SharePoint, Silverlight, and a Microsoft.NET front end, accessing data and process from SAP to our entire employee self-service and manager self-service business processes set. Very powerful example of how we do it as an enterprise customer of SAP at Microsoft, and something that you can look at horizontally to leverage for your customers in their enterprise. can, let me just leave you with a couple of partner examples. Partners like yourselves that have built some great solutions. And I don't have everyone on the screen here, but I wanted to highlight a few. Developed from Capgemini, HCL, Infosys, TCS, Allegri and Card PLS. Just giving an example of what's out there today and the solutions that are available and solution briefs that are published out on Duet.com. Folks, if you haven't, please take a look out at Duet.com under Resources. Take a look at the Partner tab and see some of the great business templates and accelerators that are already created by partners like you out there today. The momentum is huge. The opportunity is immense. And I challenge you all to take up the Duet Enterprise Challenge and drive additional value, thinking of some of the example solution areas that you have expertise in your organization. With that, folks, if I could, I'd like to turn it over to Emily to give us an overview of what Cordis has built today and about their organization, which is a true ISV centered around solutions built on Duet Enterprise. Somebody that's a great partner for folks on the phone to work with and looking at building their own solutions. So with that, if I could, Emily, are you able to speak? Let's hope we have it working for you here.
Thanks very much, Mike. I'm going to assume everyone can hear me unless I get a load of noise on the IM.
Great, Emily. I can hear you great.
Great. Firstly, to introduce Cordis, I'm Emily Fowler, and I look after our alliances and sales programs. And I'm joined by our development director, Marcus Robbins. Just a quick agenda. Today, I'm just going to run you through the way in which we're able to support the Unite partners and customers with our creative software solutions that have reduced time to benefit for Duet implementations. We'll show you the platform we've developed, which extends and enhances Duet Enterprise, and also show you how you guys can utilize the platform to deploy our composite applications and also to develop new capabilities for your customers. I'll also show you a quick demo of one of the applications that we've developed. It's getting a lot of traction in the marketplace, and we're currently starting to implement it with one of the Unite partners. I'll also explain the way in which we work with partners and the ways in which we can support your own Duet-based initiatives. And then finally, I'll walk you through a couple of focused consulting offerings that we've got that you can use with your customers. So Cordis Solutions is a software developer, and we specialize in software products based on Duet Enterprise. Our suite of products is called Harmony, and there's also a platform element that's available for Unite partners to use as a white label in order to extend Duet Enterprise. We're based in the UK and the US and are geared up to support Unite partners in multiple locations. In addition to software, we've developed small focus services. It's a team that's expert services in both SAP and Microsoft, and our own products, of course. As we're a software company, we'll provide full support and maintenance for our products in conjunction with Unite partners' existing contracts with your customers. We've got a roadmap to address a growing list of customer demands and future upgrades to SAP, SharePoint, Office, and Duet Enterprise. And finally, as a VTSP from Microsoft, we're able to support you in selling to your customers, both from Duet Enterprise point of view and the Cordis Harmony perspective. I'd like to hand you over to Marcus Robbins now, who's our delivery director.
Good afternoon. So just very briefly, as reference for the next couple of slides, just want to recap through the architecture for Duet Enterprise. On the left-hand side, we've got the SAP environment, and then on the right-hand side, we've got the SharePoint environment, and within both environments, there are add-ons that come as part of Duet Enterprise. So in time-honored fashion, we'll now turn the diagram over to a different angle. So essentially, Cordis Harmony has been developed to support two needs. First of all, the Harmony platform provides a growing range of software modules that provide business functionality via SharePoint applications fully integrated to SAP. This means both SAP and non-SAP data. It means SAP and SharePoint workflows. means SAP permissions and roles, and all the other capabilities that SharePoint provides to deliver an enhanced user experience, but with full business functionality. Secondly, the platform itself is being developed to extend the breadth of how much of SAP is exposed to SharePoint, and as such provides a much easier way for Unite partners to build new applications and capabilities for their customers. We've done this by building a whole load of components. You'll see from the diagram, whereas down the left-hand side, you've got the standard SharePoint and SAP/Duet capabilities. Over on the right-hand side, move to the orange object, you'll see that we've developed from top to bottom on the Duet stack. So right the way from new UI elements, connected to custom data objects that give us control over the business application functionality, which then maps through onto the web services provided through Duet. Also with support for caching and staging for business performance and business continuity. And then on the other side of the Duet Enterprise, we've got our own custom Duet web services, which map onto our custom functions, which expose more of SAP than the out-of-the-box provision from Duet. Looking at this slide, you can see another view of the application landscape. So again, over on the left-hand side, you will see the standard out-of-the-box functionality that comes with Duet. So you've got the opportunity for collaboration around SAP data, contextual workflow, Duet sites, you've got the user permissions and the reporting, and then a number of standard business objects, if you like, that come when you implement Duet. What we've done over on the right-hand side, starting at the bottom, is we're gradually exposing a whole number of business objects through our platform, which is an extension of Duet, and then we're able to bring those up to a higher level and assemble those into what we're calling our Harmony applications. So these are, again, composite applications that provide business functionality to the traditional non-SAP user, which incorporate SAP and non-SAP data, workflow, rules, etc. And as you can see from the diagram, we're covering the areas that I'm sure most of you are pretty much hearing from your customers all the time. Things around HR, things around time and expenses, things around purchasing, things around data setup and reference data setup, budgeting, projects, etc. And as we work through our roadmap, we'll be delivering more and more of these applications to our customer base and enabling them for Unite partners. The final piece I want to talk about in terms of our application is the work we're doing to package up some enhanced development capabilities, and again, very much targeted at Unite partners. What we're looking to do is help remove some of the development work that's mundane or repetitive and doesn't really represent the value that Unite partners traditionally want to provide to their customers. So as part of our platform extensions, we provide custom objects that can be used to pass data back and forth via Duet without the need to create new Duet web services as they all pass via a single model. To support this, we've also got XML mappers, which will allow data configuration without coding, and also the passing of different data through those Duet web services, again, without coding them up. And then finally, at the top layer, we've got a set of tools that allow administrators to define the business rules that control a lot of the user interface elements, making it much easier to assemble and change and augment business applications for your end users and incorporate your customers' branding, flow, design, and inject them into the appropriate places in their existing SharePoint infrastructure. I'm now going to hand you back to Emily, who's going to talk you through a couple of our applications and give you an indication of our roadmap moving forward.
Thanks very much, Marcus. So this is a breakdown of our composite applications in more detail. Now, I'm not going to go through each one of these in the interest of time, but you will have a slide deck, so you can look through these at your leisure. Just to say that the applications on the left, My HR, all around on board, cradle to grave of an employee. My Purchase is a guiding buying process, Amazon front end to SRM or SAP. And they're the first two applications that we have in the marketplace, and that's been primarily driven by customer demand. And then the further applications that we're developing on our roadmap are, you can see just there. So as again, browse at your leisure to the detail in there. Our go-to-market model. So we've got a simple model that's wholly geared towards working with you guys to support your customers. As a software developer, our aim is to provide the products and tools that make the Unite partners successful, and that's why we've been invited onto the Unite program. We do have a direct sales function, which is engaging with customers, but as part of our alliances structure, their main purpose is to support the Unite partners in selling to their customers using Duet Enterprise and Cordis Harmony. Our services team also follows the same model. We have a small team of experts that exist to work with Unite partners and provide specialist skills around Duet and Cordis Harmony. And then just to expand a little on our services to support you, we have developed a small number of discrete packaged engagements which are helping to accelerate customer decision-making and assessment process. A couple of them are worth an extra mention. One of the things that we found in the market is that customers are struggling with the business case for Duet, often getting stuck on the technology decision rather than the value prop. As such, we've developed an engagement that you can use to create a relatively detailed business case for your customers that includes sort of metrics that your customer sponsor can offer. So if the CFO wants to know payback, ROI, net present value, that kind of thing, that's all covered. And then we've been asked by the Unite partners to support a traditional conference room pilot using our packaged applications. Now this allows a customer to very quickly prove that they can use SharePoint as an integration into SAP for non-SAP users in a matter of weeks. And then finally, that will move into customer implementation. So that concludes the slide deck. I just want to give you a very quick demo of our MyHR application.
Great, and Emily, just to get that kicked off, if you can, if you go back to your link interface, you go under Share, and you want to say Share your desktop, and that'll share everything you have on the screen so we can see what you're doing there.
Great, thank you.
And I'll let you know when that's up before you get started. Are you able to find that there, Emily?
Yep, I'm sharing at the moment.
Okay, let's give it just a second. Hopefully it'll jump up here. Still waiting. I'm not seeing it yet. Does it say it's currently sharing, or is it in process?
Yeah, it says participants are seeing. Do I hide stage? Screen currently shared.
Okay, it looks like many folks are seeing it, so that's great. Go right ahead, Emily. Just wanted to make sure that we were good. I'm not worried about myself.
Oh, okay. I'll go ahead. So this is our MyHR module. As you can see, there's a lot of things that are covered in HR, and on the left menu, each menu has a sub-menu, which is easily accessible as such. Everything I'm about to show you is integrated into SAP via Duet Enterprise. These are composite applications utilizing SharePoint components, custom components, all talking to Duet web services. I'm just going to show you 3 key areas that represent the sorts of things that our customers are asking for their non-SAP users to be able to do. So here we have personal information, again, all configurable to what your customer wants to see. So for example, say I move to the US and I need to update my address details. So here we have, us Brits, when we go over to the US, we like to stay in a nice hotel. Well, we look around for somewhere to stay. So I'm going to stay at the Waldorf. I'll just update this here. I'll get rid of the postcode and it's put US. There we go. So if I save that, you can see that data saved. So any of my correspondence will now go to my address at the Waldorf. Now then, because I'm about to move over to the US, I'm going to need a bit of a break, so I'm going to request a holiday. So go into this screen here. Now here you can see your holiday balance on the top right, all the public holidays below it, and your current holiday request at the bottom. So I've had 7 days approved, I've got 23 days left. That's something I'm going to have to get used to not having when I move over to New York. So if I want a day off here, I just want select the day, really simply. What do I want that to be? I've got a lot of options here. I'm just going to select for ease of use, annual paid holiday, and I'm going to add that. And with receipt down the bottom here, I don't want to add anything else. I just want 1 day off. So submit that. Very simple, and you can see now I've got 1 day pending. Now my manager has been sent an email to say your direct report has requested 1 day holiday. Please approve or reject or query that. If we look here, if we go to my absence, this is the manager holiday approvals, and we see, do I approve or reject that 1 day's holiday? So all very simple. Now, final thing I want to show you is back to my screen as an employee. I hear the shopping in New York's very good, so in order to take advantage of that, I'm going to have to claim my expenses and make sure they're all up to date. So here we have a view of what's approved, rejected and queried so far. I'm just going to add a new claim here. And I went into London for a client meeting. I'm going to add a new expense, and then I'm going to claim back my train travel. So again, all configurable to what the customer wants. 29. And I'm going to submit a paper receipt. Now I've taken a photograph of my receipt and I've sent that to myself and then put it into my receipts folder on my desktop. So I'll just open that, attach the receipt, and then save that. I don't want to add any more expenses, I just want to claim that 1 train travel, so I'll submit that. And we can see there that it's submitted at the bottom. I then go into the manager view, manager T&E, my approvals, and we can see that there's a submitted request there. So I can have a look at that if I want. Train receipt, and I can have a look at that receipt just to check. Yep, looks valid receipt to me, that's fine. I will then approve that. Nothing else needs my approval. Back to the employee view, refresh the screen, and you'll see that that client meeting has now been approved. So all that is driven by Microsoft Office and Microsoft SharePoint, and everything is integrated to SAP via Duet Enterprise. And that, I think, is the conclusion. I'll go back here and stop sharing my screen. So hopefully that was useful to you. Thanks for your time. I understand that Louis is sending all the details. We're here on the Unite programme to help Unite partners and your customers get maximum value in the shortest possible time at the lowest technical risk. You have our details, so please feel free to get in touch if you'd like to see any more scenarios that we've got. Thank you very much.
Great, folks. Hopefully you guys can hear me again. Looks like we're experiencing some other issues. If there are some questions, if you can, please post those into the text section here of the meeting so we can get those answered and sent back out to the audience. Apologies for the technical difficulties today. I appreciate your attendance, and hopefully it was worth your time learning about Feature Pack 1 and some of the great solutions that are out there and available for you to work with involving Cordis. So thanks again to our SAP Microsoft Unite Partner Connection members for your time, and I'll look forward to the next webinar. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day and a great evening. We'll talk soon. Goodbye.